know I'm late to the party, guys, but I have finally watched Anyone But You, the new rom-com that came out in like the latter stages of 2023. I've been holding off seeing it. I don't know why, but I finally thought, go on, we'll watch it. We'll see how it is. And here we are. I'm going to do a nice quick review of it right now. So, Anyone But You is directed by Will Gluck, the director of Easy A, Friends with Benefits, those Peter Rabbit movies with James Corden in. And it stars two of the most attractive actors alive at the moment, Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. And after a very good first date, Ben and B's relationship turns ice cold. When they go to Australia for a friend's wedding, they decide to make everyone happy they should pretend to be together. Now, I've said many times, rom-coms recently are just never really my thing. I just feel the jokes are always pretty lame. They always rely on like gross out, nude humour, and it's just getting really tiring for me. I want something different. And who knows? Before I saw this one, I was like, okay, maybe Anyone But You could be a little bit different. Unfortunately, I've got to say that I wasn't particularly a fan of this movie. Now, I can see why people like this movie. It's got attractive people. It's got humour. You see him getting the clothes off. I mean, for the average moviegoer, for the average Joe, it's the perfect rom-com for them. It's simple as that. But for me, it just didn't really hit what I wanted, unfortunately. The story relies on so many rom-com tropes, leans into them far too much that you know where it's going to go in the end, the ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm pretty sure by me saying that you know what the ending's going to be. And it's very cliche, and I'm kind of just craving something different. I think the reason why films like No Hard Feelings with Jennifer Lawrence work for me is because the ending was a little bit different. It didn't end on, oh, they're together now. The man runs up to her and they kiss, and now they're together, and then they have a nice sing and dance. No, that actually ended in a pretty satisfying but a little sad note as well. And I think that's why I really like that film as well as it being kind of relatable due to the character of Percy. But despite the tropes, I do think the core relationship, the one that we are supposed to care about, is really good. You understand why B and Ben really hate each other, and the build up to their relationship is cute. They have some interactions that can be a bit annoying sometimes, but they are funny for the most part, a little bit funny. And plus the fact you've got two attractive lead actors with some really strong chemistry with each other makes it feel like a real couple getting together. It's just really satisfying by the end. But unfortunately, everything else surrounding the writing just isn't that great, unfortunately, especially the dialogue. The dialogue in this is pretty bad. It's pretty unnatural. And the comedy just wasn't that good. I was surprised because there wasn't that much comedy in this film. There was quite a lack of it. But when the comedy was on screen and it was occurring, it just wasn't funny, unfortunately. It was not funny at all. The jokes really fall flat when once again it's relying on gross out and nude humour, where there's only one big joke around that, and you've seen it in the trailer where he has the spider in his pants and he rips all his clothes off. It's just we've seen stuff like this before, and it's just not for me, unfortunately. There's also many plot conveniences just to move the story along very lazily, and also back to this again. The movie ends with one of the worst things you can end your movie on. You guessed it, the dance party ending. I'm so sick of these endings. They are lazy. I don't like them. Ugh. I get everyone's cheery and happy. That's great. But do you really need to make a big song and dance about it? No. No, you don't. Try and fit it into the story a little bit. But this one, it kind of just comes out of nowhere. The reason why I don't mind a dance party ending in the first Shrek is because it kind of makes sense. It's at Shrek and Fiona's wedding. But then when you get to Shrek 2, and films like Anyone But You, it comes out of nowhere, makes no sense, and I'm sick and tired of it. On a technical level, this movie is kind of amateur and pretty poor, especially the editing. The editing in this was really bad. I noticed so many continuity errors that they were so distracting that I could not focus. After I noticed a few continuity errors, I kind of just kept looking at different scenes like, was there going to be one there with that cut? And there were so many times where you noticed it. It was so distracting. The film is directed and shot like your typical rom-com. Nothing too special with the cinematography or direction, but that's fine. The cinematography was at its best when they were doing nice establishing shots. It's a very nice location that the actors are in. And it's the same with the music. Average original music and generic pop songs. Again, nothing too special, unfortunately. But the final thing to note, and I mentioned it earlier, the performances. Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, these two are really good. They have some great chemistry with each other. They're clearly having a lot of fun on the set. Everyone else is as well. So the performances, I really do not have a problem with. Everyone's clearly giving it. They're all having a lot of fun, and I have to respect that, really. So overall, I can see why people like Anyone But You. It's got two attractive people. It's about romance. It's got comedy. It might make you laugh. It might not. Again, I can see why people like this, but I can also see why people don't as well. And I'm one that's in the don't like category, unfortunately. The core romance is nice and the performances are all fun, but everything around it, from the editing, the humour, the other technical aspects, just did not land, unfortunately. And overall, I just did not really find much enjoyment about this film. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to give Anyone But You a 3.5 out of 10. It's not the worst film I've ever seen. It's certainly watchable, but just not for me, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, that's it for the end of this review. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have seen Anyone But You, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you like it? Did you not? Always love to hear your thoughts. Tell me them in the comments. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good day. And see you later.